Hi crafters, it's Chloe from Chloe's Creative Cards, and today I am introducing to you our fabulous new mandala style dies. These are absolutely beautiful for creating a focal feature on your projects, for mixing and matching with all of the gorgeous flowers and butterflies and all of those styles of images that you've already got in your craft box at home. These are really lovely to create a focal feature where you can add a sentiment, you can be adding some flowers over the top, you can add a topper image into the middle if you want to as well. They are absolutely gorgeous. So within this range, we've got two different dies. We've got the Enchanted Mandala and we've got the Mandala of Beauty. I will show you, but both of these die sets will fit through your A5 die cutting machines. I've got my Gemini Junior plates here to show you that. So within each set, you've got 5 dies within either way. So you get an outer cutting edge, you then get the gorgeous lacy detail in the middle. You get your 2 circle dies and a little mandala in the middle. The circles are different on both sets as well. So if you wanted to go for them both and intermingle the centerpieces, of course you can do. It just adds more versatility. This is a really, really beautiful die set. Again, perfect for using as a focal feature on your projects. If I grab in the die sets to show you, we've got Mandala of Beauty, so you get your outer cutting edge to create that lovely shadow. You then get the gorgeous detail that cuts out this beautiful lacy style frame. You've got your 2 circles, so you've got a pattern circle and a plain circle, and then you've got the mandala in the middle. And then on the Enchanted Mandala, again, you've got that outer cutting edge, you've got the beautiful cutting pattern in the middle, and then you've got your 2 circles. So you've got a little pattern circle, a plain circle, and your mandala style design in the middle. So you can see how perfectly these dies are going to mix and match and work on your projects. Just to show you as well, they do fit through your A5 die cutting machines. With the Enchanted one, you might just have to angle it a little bit as it is a little bit tight. But it does fit on the plate, okay? So this one's the Enchanted Mandala. And the other one, let me just shuffle that around. The other one is the Mandala of Beauty. So if we take the largest die from that set, you can see how that fits onto your cutting plate too. So these dies are going to be gorgeous for creating that focal point on your projects and making it really easy for you to craft at home. So today I'm going to show you a few finished card samples and then we're going to have a bit of a freestyle craft session. So I've not actually got anything prepped, I've only got my flowers done, but I wanted to show you how you can build these up and create some beautiful focal images. So to start with a couple of finished samples, we've got the ones that are actually on the packaging here. So Rebecca's made this one and she's used that Mandala of Beauty where she's die cut it onto some mirror card, onto some pearl card, onto some mirror and onto some pearl and then layered it up. And you can see how beautiful that looks and then adding your flowers into the corner. The little mandala from the middle as well creates the most beautiful background. If you die cut that out and then stick it onto your pearl paper or pearl card or your background, whatever it is, it looks fabulous. Next up, we've got the Enchanted Mandala, which is this one here. So again, you can use that outer cutting edge to cut out this lovely outer frame. We've then covered that with a double-sided adhesive sheet, covered it with glitter, and then popped that gorgeous lacy mandala over the top. Looks absolutely beautiful. And can you see how you can tuck in the centerpieces just behind your flowers to create like a little bit of foliage? Looks so, so pretty. Then next up, we've got one of Christine's here where she's used that Mandala of Beauty in the middle, then popped her flowers on the corner and added a sentiment into the middle there too. So you can see how these are really going to work beautifully for lots of your projects. Okay then, so we're going to get started. So I'm going to show you quite a basic way to use these to start with. So I'm going to take a piece of our amethyst mirror card, which I've got here, and I'm going to be using the Mandala of Beauty. So I'm going to take my die, pop that cut side down, and I'm going to tape it in place. Just put a little bit of tape off there and tape that down, like so. I'm going to just lift my Gemini machine in now. So I'm using the Gemini to create this project today. So with the more basic edges, I use my base plate, my plastic shim, my die cut side up, and then my cutting plate on the top, like so. And we're going to run that through our machine. like so. We're then going to grab that at the other side and lift this out, and you'll see we've got this beautiful die cut shape here. Okay, then I'm going to take the next die in the set and I'm going to cut it out from some amethyst pearl card. Okay, so pop this one back away and grab in this gorgeous detail layer, and you'll really see how beautiful this looks when it die cuts out. So let me just stick this one, oops, back onto my card there, and then we're going to take this one, we're going to place it down and tape it in place. Now, because this is quite a detailed die, I'm going to add my metal shim into the sandwich, and I like to roughly cut out as well so that I can rotate it. So I'm going to go base plate, metal shim, plastic shim, and then my cutting plate on the top. And I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. So, and then we'll grab that at the other side. I'm going to take that looks actually like it's pretty much cut through perfectly, but just to be sure, I'm going to rotate by 90 degrees and just send that through again. And then we'll just grab that at the other side. We're going to lift this up. I'm going to just take the tape off the die. And I'm just going to push that through. Then I'm going to grab my little pokey tibble. And I'm just going to push through all of these little elements here. Like so. So then you can see how those are going to layer up together perfectly. Okay, so next up, I'm going to just get rid of that rubbish into the bin. I'm going to take my two little central dies now. So I've got my little fancy edge and my circle. I'm going to take the fancy edged one and I'm going to take this onto a piece of mirror card. Okay, again, I'm going to tape that into place. Like so, and I'm going to take a piece of crystal white pearl card. See, I've just got a little scrap over here. Also have. I'm going to run that through as well. Pop those together and run that through my Gemini. So, and then we're going to grab that at the other side. Again, we've got that beautiful little die cut element, and then we've got that little circle in the middle where you can be stamping a sentiment onto if you want, or you can be doing all sorts of fabulous things. Okay then, so we're going to pop this to one side, and we're going to grab in our anti-static bag, and we're going to grab my Wow clear embossing ink pad as well. I'm also just going to create myself a little bit of space over here. Got a little sentiment here which says, hope your birthday is as wonderful as you are, and that fits in the centre. So we're going to be using that one from the birthday happiness set. So what we're going to do is take our little anti-static bag, I'm going to give it a little dust over like so. We're going to take our Wow clear embossing ink pad. We're going to ink it up, position down and press. So you want firm, even pressure all over the image. And then we're going to lift that away and we're going to use Wow metallic silver super fine over this one. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of embossing powder over the top there. I'm going to just gather that little bit up that I just spilled. And put that back into the jar. Okay, and then we're just going to heat up that sentiment. just smudge that with my nail. I've been doing this all the time. Just grab a little bit more embossing powder onto there, like so. There we go. It's a little bit better. I'm just going to grab a little fine paintbrush as well, just to kind of dust away any little excess parts. Okay, so we're going to just keep that sentiment up like so. Okay, and we're going to pop this onto our project. Now, before we do, I'm going to do a little bit of glittering around the edge of that piece, and also a little bit of glittering around the edge of this piece too. I'm going to grab in some scrap paper, and I'm going to grab in my Crystallina glitter. Of course, we use this all the time. I'm going to take my chisel tip glue pen, and I'm just going to go just around the edge, like so, of this shape. You can see how fabulous that then looks. Okay. Just adding that little bit of sparkle just on the edge. Like so. Okay. And then we're going to flip that over and we're going to add some foam cards onto the back. And we're going to layer this down onto that lovely mirror card layer that we've done. I'm just going to take my scissors, just cut these foam pads just in half, just to get a couple more on there. And we're just going to take the backs off. And then we're going to grab in our die cut shape. We're going to just line this up over the top and then place that down like so. And I'm going to take my little mirror card piece and stick this one in the middle. Like so. And then we're going to take that little piece where we stamped our sentiment. And we're going to just go around the edge with our chisel tip glue pen. Like so. We're going to pop that into the middle. So a little foam pad onto the back of there. It's just going to get stuck there. And then I'm going to grab in a bling box. So I'm going to use the bouquet one. Beautiful bouquet bling box. I'm going to grab in my little tools to start and pop some jewels on here. So I'm going to put a little jewel just on the outer point of each of these. So I'm going to just go in with my little tweezers and just work round, popping these on. And this is when you can really start to go to town with these beautiful shapes. We have kind of added little dots and things so you can be adding your jewels onto here. I'm going to add a little jewel onto each of these as well. I'm just using my Dries Clear PVA. I'm going to use a slightly smaller one just onto these little sections here. And of course, where that glue is, if you can see any of it, it is going to dry clear, so we don't need to worry too much about that. And we're popping this down. And we're just layering this up. Okay, dead easy. Like so. So next up, I'm going to have a little think about my card base and how we want to build this up. So I'm going to take my card blank. I'm going to make this one onto a 8x8. So you can see how that's going to be really nice and central. It's going to kind of dominate the card and create a really nice focal image. So what I'm thinking is we need to do a little bit of matting and layering on here just to start to bring this together. So I'm going to use my Summer Florals paper pad because I know we've got some really beautiful purpley patterns in here. So we can maybe have a little look and see which patterns we are liking the look of. I actually quite like it on there. I've got these kind of little iridescent flowers, so they might go quite nicely with that. Or I did quite like that nice bright one as well. So you can kind of, this is always the hardest part, I always think, picking which papers to use. That's really pretty. I think that's a little bit, maybe it's a little bit too busy, but what we could do actually is maybe have this one as a background, but then we could maybe use one of the other sides where it's a little bit more of like a washy pattern or a little bit plainer to do our kind of mats and layers up. So there's like this one here. That's quite pretty. Yeah, we're going to use that one there. And you can see how all of the papers from the pad work perfectly together too. So I'm going to grab another piece of my mirror card. So I'm going to use my amethyst mirror card. Now again, you could be gutting your layers. I'm not going to, just because I find it hard, but especially when I'm filming and trying to show things to you guys at home, I find it hard to stick the layers down straight. So you can go if you want to. I am personally not going to. So I'm going to trim my card down to 7 3/4 inches square. And then I think we'll have a piece of that amethyst card in. So maybe take that down to 7 1/2. Just there. Like so. See how this is starting to come together now. And then we'll take that really pretty patterned paper. Should we go for the pattern? I do like it. I'm going for it. I'm going for the pattern. So we'll go a 7 1/4 with this one. Like so, and then we'll get a bit of glittering up. I'm not so sure that the colours in that are quite right. So let me plug my paper pad back in. And know that the one, actually that might look quite, it's a bit too much pattern I think. I know that the pattern that's on the back of this one will coordinate perfectly. It's just a little bit more subtle, which is quite nice. So I'm going to cut that down to about 6 1/2. This annoys the life out of me with guillotines as well, because I feel like they always miss off. 6 1/2. So annoying. In fact, I might go down a little bit smaller. I'm going to go to 6 1/4. Yeah. Looks nice. So you see how that's coming together. I'm going to take another piece of mirror card as well. I'm going to trim that down to I'm just going to go to the end of my guillotine like this. that'll layer up like that. Oh yeah, it's coming together nicely now. So then that'll go onto there. Okay. So what we're then going to do is we're going to do a little bit of glittering of the edges. So I'm going to start off by taking my base card. I'm going to stick that mirror card down flat before we do anything. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this Collal all-purpose glue. Like so, and then we're going to stick that down onto our base card. And then we're going to take these next two layers and we're going to grab our scrap paper back in. I'm going to take my little pot of Crystallina again as well. I'm going to take a chisel tip glue pen and we're just going to drag that along the edge of the card. Like so. Now, as this was a bit of a freestyle project, what I will do is I'll list all of the materials that I've used in the little description below. And I'll link them all on our website as well. So if there's anything that you've seen that you'd like to shop, you can have a little look on there. So we're just going to work our way around, glitter in the edge. There we go. I'm going to do this lovely little patterned piece as well. I might as well do them all while the glitter pot's out. So then we'll just use our glue pen just along the edges, like so. Okay, and then you can see how fab that then looks. Pop that to one side. Rid of that and get rid of that paper. Okay, so then we're going to continue matting and layering this up. So my next layer, might go foam pads with that one, maybe stick this one flat. So I'm going to stick my patterned paper and my amethyst pearl card together. So I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to pop some foam pads just onto the back of here. And then I'll just take the backs off of there. I'm going to just position that down and press like so. And then we're going to take this next bit and I'm going to stick these two together flat. So my matte mirror and my patterned paper. So, and then we'll just rotate that round and then we're going to pop our foam pads just onto the back of here. Like so, and then we'll just take the backs off of those. Of course, these are our foam pads on a roll, which have become pretty famous because they are so easy to use. They are absolutely fabulous. So then you can kind of decide which way around you want the ombre. So I'm going to have purple to the top and the glue to the bottom. You can see how pretty that's then looking. Then we're going to pop our gorgeous mandala in the middle. So I'm going to pop that on just with a few foam pads. Just like so. And then I'll just grab a couple more foam pads too. And then we'll just take the backs off of these. Pop that in the middle there. Okay, and then I've used our summer flower, and I've got a lot of these pre-prepped, to be honest. And I've created some little flowers. So I've got done the large flower, and I've done the medium one. So to create these, I've stamped and embossed 3 onto some amethyst pearl paper, and I've done them in dazzling lilac. And I've just put some dots of PVA on, and I've just added the rainbow violet, I think it's called. Rainbow purple. It's the rainbow glitter. I'll double check the name and pop it in the comments below, but I've just popped some little dots of that onto the petals. And then, put it over here, yes. Rainbow violet, that's the one. So it's this one here. So it's like a chunky glitter, really, really pretty. So I've just popped some little dots of that onto the petals, and then all I'm doing is just giving the petals a little squeeze, just to give them a little bit of shape. Like so. And then we take the 3 flowers and just layer them up. So this time I'm just going to use a little bit of PVA glue. I'm going to just pull these petals up towards me and layer them together. Like so. The same with this one here. Pull them up towards yourself. Position them down and press. So a little blob of glue in the middle, and I'm going to take one of the larger jewels, from the bling box, and pop that down in the centre there. Okay, so then you can kind of just start to arrange your flowers where you want them. I've got some smaller ones as well that I've done. Just got a little selection. I might just do it like that actually, rather than use the large ones. I might just use the smaller ones. That looks quite pretty. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 2 in each corner. So that is using the medium and the small summer flower. Okay, built up in exactly the same way. And I'm just going to add a jewel to the middle of each of the smaller ones there. So just a little bit of PVA, like so. Oh, picky up tools, not picking up there. There we go. Like so. Okay, so you can see how pretty that then looks. So what I've then done is taken our leafy foliage die, and I've die cut out 2 sets in crystal white pearl card. Again, just do that from your scraps. Fill the little veins in the middle with some crystalline glitter. And then I've done some of the little berry foliage as well, which I've die cut from amethyst mirror card, and then I've covered it with a little bit of the pink diamond sparkle glitter, which is like a chunky hologram, which is lovely. So what I'm then going to do is just start to arrange this card to show you. So we'll grab some glue gel to stick my flowers. There it is. A little bit blocked there. Oh no, I haven't squeezed out the end bit. Just have a look. Oh, there we go, we're off. Right, so a bit of glue gel. That's a little bit more than I'd normally use. On the back of the flower there. A little bit on the smaller one as well. and a little bit on here, a little bit on there, like so. And then we're going to take our foliage and tuck this in behind the flowers. So I'm going to just trim a little bit off the ends here. I'm going to just start to tuck these in underneath, like so. And then we can just start to use the little kind of berry sprays. Just arrange these as well where you want to. So I'll do the same with these little pieces here. Couple more of the little berry ones. Tuck that there. You can see how pretty that then looks. So then what I'm going to do is take my glue and I'm going to just pop 3 little dots there. And 3 here, like so, and then we'll grab that bling box back in. And we're just going to take some little purple jewels. Pop these onto there. And one more. And that would then be your finished card. So our brand new mandala dies, the Enchanted Mandala and the Mandala of Beauty, are available to buy now at www.chloescreativecards.co.uk. We do have them both available individually, or we have a fabulous discount if you buy them both together too. Have a little look in the comments below. All of the materials that I've just used have been linked, and of course I'll be posting the finished samples pictures on our Facebook page. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye!